So it happened. My worst gay DC nightmare. I got trolled by a right winger on Grinder. All right. I'm Freddie Mencia, a DC-based historian of showbiz and politics, and because of my expertise, I also have a expertise on the ways white supremacy manifests itself in the entertainment industry and in policy. And that's also how I put it in my bio, which is very easily findable. And I had just put up this video about Elvis and Phil Spector, a reel that you can still view on my page, the one with Elvis right behind me. And after a long day's work of being an influencer, I decided I deserved a treat. So I went on Grindr, and it's DC. So it's just a grid of generic looking torsos, and you know what? I said hi to one. And literally all I did was say hi, and then I guess he read my bio because this was his response. 2 hours later, mind you. But like, what? And by the time I get back and read it, I'm just like confused by it. And he kept going, but like, I mean, this one at least kind of made me laugh. But also, I was just like looking to end it. I'm like, dude, do you know where you are right now? So I'm just looking to end it with some truth, you know, like, hey, just looking for dick. But apparently he was looking to fight for Dixie because he just kept going and actually went on like an anti-trans tirade right after this. So to get him off my app, I asked him for the one thing that strikes fear into every self-loathing homo on this app. I asked him for a face pic, and I thought this would work. But no, he just kept going. And he just kept going. Oh my goodness. It's hours later. And as I'm very obvious with my disinterest, he changes strategy and starts getting personal. And mind you, I make these videos all the time, so I'm constantly getting trolled, but never on Grindr. And also, like, this should have made me realize what it was I was dealing with. But it wasn't until this, which made me realize what it was I was dealing with. He's something I call an industry predator. You know the type, the skeezy, usually man, who works in the same field and or the same office as you, who is always going after someone that they can control. Someone who's usually smaller or younger or newer, but always someone who they perceive as having less power than them. And this guy pretty much followed the script when it came to an industry predator. But before we dig deep on this guy, remember that this can happen in multiple ways. And I'm sharing the signs that I saw in this guy so that y'all can also avoid a headache or maybe even something worse. It is DC. You never know who's on these streets. Number one, and this one is key to differentiating between who is a potential predator and who is someone who is trying to give you honest feedback on your work. Number one, they will belittle your work. They will push you down and kick you while you're down, all so that they have your full, undivided attention and so that you will listen to anything that they have to say. Two, they will credential themselves. Because they work in the same field as you, they know exactly what to say to make themselves sound interesting, to make themselves sound like experts. And they very well might be experts, but what they're doing is weaponizing their knowledge and their expertise to take advantage of someone they believe is vulnerable. At one point, this is what the guy sends me, and this thing at the bottom that I have stickers over, that's actually a screenshot of a poll on Twitter that he made that I guess was in reference to me because it mentions historians. Mind you, I haven't even seen his face yet, but this screenshot did have his name on it, and I Googled him, and he totally is just some like right-wing troll. I looked at his Twitter and it's basically just him and other right-wingers circle jerking each other, all retweeting the same things. But you know what I didn't find? Any video content. And another reason they'll credential themselves is because it gives this entire interaction an air of professionalism. You know, it makes you think maybe this is just work stuff. And once you think that, that paves the way for number three, alone time, usually after work hours, usually alcohol is involved, and they reveal to you that the secret to your future career success is just sucking a little dick. Because in the end, that's all they really want. And I know that's what this guy wanted because he came back. And I mean, just like read that last message and tell me you have a fragile masculinity without telling me you have a fragile masculinity. Well, sorry, booby. I've moved on. Thank you for the content, though.